Hello everybody, Nicci from Gracie's house. How's everybody doing? Is everyone getting over Christmas, New Year? I'm here for you. I'm just going to do one thing before I carry on because I've been having problems with comments, and I know that one of my other, so I've put a comment in and now I'm going to see if I can see your comments, and if I can then I've won, because I've had a real problem not being able to see your comments. So, recap, Nicci from Gracie's house. I'm a brand ambassador for Redesign with Prima, and I'm going to show you using some Royal Burgundy today. So this is the transfer that I'm going to be working with today. One of my favourites. I feel like I say that a lot. Royal Burgundy. So this is one of the biggies. Now, I've seen quite a few comments recently, people asking for smaller scale transfers because they're doing smaller projects. Jewellery boxes is a big favourite. So I thought I'd go for one of the biggest ones, but I'm going to do a small project just to show you how these bigger ones can be used. So yes, there is some large florals here. I will probably not be using the centre part, or will become clear. So I have, I can see people coming on. If as you're coming on, drop a comment in. We're testing something today with the comments, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to see comments. I can see my own. I can see people coming on, so please drop a little message. If I can't see them, I will catch up at the end. I'm never ignoring you. It's because I can't see them. So hopefully you'll be able to see them. So Royal Burgundy, I got myself a really, really cheap set of cork-backed placemats. You know the type. They are cheap and cheerful. I just had a random plain set. This set came with 4 placemats and 4 coasters. And I have painted them in Savannah Mist. I have used the foam roller set from Redesign with Prima. I really, really love this set. I use it to roll on furniture now. The rollers are just really, really nice. The foam is very, very fine. It's a nice lightweight. Bob, morning, I can see a comment, yay! Let's hope I can continue to see them. So this is the roller that I use, and here's the colour. I love Savannah Mist. It's a really, really pretty, it is a grey, but it's got a real blue tone. So here's one I prepared earlier. Any of those that are UK watchers and know Blue Peter, that's quite a catchphrase over here. I don't know if it follows the rest of the world as well. So this is the look we're going for. How cute is that? Oh my God, I love this. I love, love, love this transfer. And as with a lot of them, it's one that works on loads of colours, but I've had in my wanting to-do list is this transfer over Savannah Mist. So this is what we're going for. I have pre-cut them today, so you can pre-cut them however you want. You can use much more floral. I've got mine all cut out. So I have still, this is a 6-sheet transfer. This is a big one. I have still got 2 full sheets from my 6-sheet and some scraps. I had some little scraps left over from an old one, so some of them, and I've pre-cut my coasters. And it was dead simple. All I did was lay out, hi Lisa, you're liking my hat. Do you know what, I'm just so cold, so I thought I'd stick a hat on. So all I did was I laid out my transfer, I popped my placemat down on it, and I drew around it. That's it. It's that simple and cut. Hence, I've got these all pre-prepared. So I've tried one already. Now this isn't top coated yet, but look, on a paler colour, can you see the halos are practically non-existent? So I know that we always, we get a lot of questions about the halos. They are more evident on a darker background, but look, I mean, awesome. So I'm going to turn the camera down. I'm still going to do my best. I can see comments now, but I am going to have to turn the camera down so you can see what I'm doing with my hands. And I'm going to start with a coaster, and I will still try and duck down and see if there's any comments. But like I said, if I miss anything, I'm not ignoring you. I will answer anything at the end. So I'm going to drop you down. Can you see everything I'm doing? Lovely. So I'm going to go in the middle here with this coaster. And we can just rip through them basically. So nice, easy shapes, and it's flat. Anyone that was watching my page yesterday, I did wellies. It was tricky. So I thought I'd go flat today. So it's as simple as lining up your pre-cut shape, giving it a nice firm press down. The warmth, I find the warmth from my hands, not that there's a great deal of warmth in them right at this moment, but just starts to activate the glue a little bit. As always, I've got my transfer tool that comes in every transfer tube, and I have my plastic one. Simply because they're relatively flat, nice big surfaces, I'm going for the larger transfer tool here, especially on the bigger ones as well. But I think this is going to look so effective. I've also thought about, not on these ones because of course there's quite a busy, but if you had some scraps that you needed to use up, you could layer these with some of the stamping, the new stamps. You could layer with stenciling. I mean, anything that's going to have gold, decor wax or the art alchemy wax is pretty good in my book. Anything that you can throw some gold on, like I did with the wellies. That was just going to be transfers, and then I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to stick some gold on there as well. Okay, so I give it a nice, thorough sort of going over, and then once you start to lift your top paper, you can just finesse it a little bit. And there might be, I might have overcut it slightly. That will just wrap around the edge. I did paint the edges as well, because I just thought, hi Crystal. I've got comments today, guys. It's not morning now. It's morning for you, it's not morning for me. So I think most of you that are watching is probably going to be your morning. So you see, just as you start lifting the top paper, always carry on with whichever tool you decide to use. Always carry on rubbing. Be gentle, be patient. Especially I find where the texts are. I find I always have to be little bit more careful around those areas. I missed a little bit there. And there's another reason, if you saw that didn't lift up then. If you're going slowly, you can lay it back down and rub again. If you whip your top sheet off, thinking it's all going to be stuck down, you know, this is, there's every chance that you could miss a bit and then lose it. There we go. How cute is that? I'm loving that. I absolutely adore the combination of this sort of bluey grey and these florals. Gorgeous. Okay. I love this section of flower here. I think it's really, really pretty. And it's not, because it's quite a flat project, it kind of, you see it coming, you see it happening quickly. And I know some of us get frustrated in how long things take. This one, as you've just seen, you're going to see a almost finished article pretty quickly. Aren't they pretty, Crystal? I mean, I absolutely can see myself buying some more sets of blanks for this. And this set of 4 was relatively inexpensive. So over in the UK, admittedly, I managed to get it in the sale, but still, I think it was £4 or £5 for the set. I mean, I know you're going to cover the bigger ones up with a plate, but I can just imagine having a lovely glass of wine sat on one of these coasters. See the words, it's always the words. Always the words. See, that one doesn't want to stick at all. There we go. And sometimes you might be able to see at an edge that's, can you see that? The edge is not quite pushed out. I just go quickly with my finger. Just grab it quickly with your finger before it can stick to anything else or can catch dust or hair. And I'm going to top coat today. I know oftentimes I whip through the transfer. I say whip. It's never that quick, is it? You can always paint using that set. Oh, absolutely. You can paint a used set. God, totally. I just didn't have anything like that. I've got, you know, the woven wicker ones that you get from IKEA. I've got those, and of course they won't work. But yeah, that hence me trying to find a set that was sort of decent value. A little piece there that doesn't want to stick at all, and that just sometimes happens. There we go, it's gone. It's stuck now. Kathy, what material did you use for the placemats? So this, I bought a cheap set of placemats. So they're the cork backed ones, cheap and cheerful. This had like a printed pattern on, and then I've painted with 2 coats of whatever colour you want. I've used Savannah Mist on these ones, but it is a fun project. It's fun, it's a quick one, relatively. A little bit there that's not quite sticking. There we go. And I'm just so, do you know what? It's crazy. I'm so made up that I can see your comments. I know there's people there, and I know we've had some problems with comments in the past, but it's, even knowing you're there, but not seeing comments, it's kind of lonely. And I miss the comments. I love getting comments. I love having a chat and answering stuff. So you know, it's the simple things, isn't it? But I'm made up that I can actually answer some of your questions as I'm going along. There's just some little bits on this one that are a little bit temperamental. Quite often it's the ones that are the bits that are right on the edge as well, I find, which is kind of the most important bits. There we go. These little slightly overlapping bits, just give them another little rub and fold them around the edge. I'll do one of the big ones next. But yeah, so as I was saying, I quite often do these projects and then I don't top coat, and then I get lots of questions asking what top coat. So I have brought my top coat with me. I'm going to do some top coating. Debbie, they do look cute, don't they? I have to say, I think these might be a keeper. It's either that or it's going to have to be like a gift to someone that I will be able to see them in use. My mother-in-law loves a coaster, so maybe that's going to be maybe that'll be a winner. There you go, that way around. Oh, do you know what? There's a little bit just lifting there, so I'm going to have to probably just pop a little bit of glue under that. I love this trailing flower in this print. Okay, so that's the one that was pre-done. I'm going to do one of the big placemats. Let's just pop you there. Let's see, which one shall I do? I think I'm going to go with that one. Let's take those 2 out of the way. You still see what I'm doing? Good, yes. Because there's quite a bit of text on this one, but we will get there. And what did I do last week? I did the rose and rouge would look pretty on this because it's got the extra gold in it. Or if you just wanted gold, some of the gilded transfers would look awesome. Oh, this has got so many possibilities, I think. So what's everybody doing today? Racing out to buy some placemats or looking around the house trying to find coasters that you can do this project on. So we've just found out Gracie was due to go back to school today. And we had our announcement at 8 o'clock last night that schools won't be back until at least February half term. So we are back to homeschooling as of tomorrow because none of the schools had enough preparation time. So we're expecting communications this afternoon to continue with homeschooling and etc, etc. So that's not quite how I planned my new year to go, but I'm sure I'm not alone in that. So like I said, I smooth out with my hands just to get it like an initial stick down, and then I give a really good go over, and then I carry on with my tool as I'm lifting the top sheet. It's just lovely working on a nice flat project for a change. You, Lisa, you're planning your lockdown project. I know. Have you got enough pieces to see you through? Do you know what? That's my worry. Have I got enough pieces to get me through lockdown? I don't know. I'm feeling nervous. I had a good load of sales at the weekend, and you know, I start feeling like, oh, I'm running low on stock. Never mind. So there we go. That's lifting quite nicely already. Just extra little rubs on the edges, and then just run those pieces over the overlap. Can just be folded around the edge. Sorry if you can hear people in the background. My neighbours have got some work going on, I think. Lisa, you're unfinished. So you've got like loads of projects that you're halfway through, have you? Yeah, I've got a couple of those. I'm going to start from a flowery corner as well, isn't it? No, that doesn't want to stick down either. We'll go back to that corner. I'll go back to the one I started in. Lisa, I'm just wondering if it's only your comments I can see today. I've seen a couple of others, but not many. So keep me going. I just love the vibrancy of the green and the pink in this. It's so pretty together. And then the subtlety of the sort of bluey, silvery grey background. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Hi Lorraine, thank you for saying hello. Lisa, I know you're there for me. Bless you. Always. I tell you who I haven't seen pop on. If you're there, Jackie. Normally you're there. If not, I'm sure you'll be on catch up. So like I say, I always find that the writing you just need to take a little bit more time over. But it's lifting nicely. Barb, do you use any other paint beside Dixie Belle and Fusion? Not at the moment. I've got some other things planned that I can't really mention just yet. But no, Fusion and Dixie Belle are the two main ones at the moment. Lisa, you've used some French sheet paint today. Oh, you're not impressed? Do you know what? I tried it once and I tried a white and it was quite early on. And although I appreciated you needed, you know, any white you need more of. I was kind of disappointed at how much, quite how much white I needed. And I've got, a friend of mine gave me some pots to try. But I'm not drawn to French chic for some reason. Considering it's a UK brand. But I can't really say for any reason. Lisa, you're still in love with Dixie Belle. I do. I love the Dixie Belle colours. I do. And you know, they've got so many other products that work together so well. You know, it's quite a comprehensive range. But a lot of my customers still love fusion. There's a lot of love for fusion, the finish of fusion. Hence I carry on with fusion as well. Let's get some of this big flower off. Lisa, you think that Dixie Belle's... Hang on, I missed that. Let me go back and read that. Let me just go. You think Dixie Belle's good for people that can't paint. French chic's good for bad painters. No comment. Crikey. Yeah, Dixie Belle's a great learning. Fusion, it's a different application. But... you know, all products are different. You know, for example, I love the Redesign products, and it's all personal preference, of course, and opinion. And I'm sure a lot of you are in all the groups where there's constant conversation about what's better. You've used Valspar on a client project and you're impressed with the colour. Oh, okay. Valspar, is that the one, Lorraine, are you UK or US? Because in the UK, that's like a brand that we can get in B&Q. It's like a house paint, really. So you can get it matched, colour matched like Dulux used to do, but... and I don't think we have any other, but I've got a feeling the US, the product offer is wider for Valspar. B&Q, Lancashire, yes. Okay, there we go. I used some early on. I used to use their small tester pots that are about £3. And I used to make my own chalk paint. And yes, it was fab. Great way to start chalk painting and have a nice variety of colours and colours that you want. And obviously they can match to anything, so you get yourself shade cards from brands that you love. It was a good way to do things. Valspar. Do you know what? You might be right. I don't know where it originates from. That little corner does not want to stick down. There we go. It's finally stuck down. Way. Client wanted Annie Sloan. I just, it's too thick for me. I think I've tried like a tester once and I don't think it's for me. I think some of the colours are beautiful, but and I'm not for that big, thick textured brush stroke finish either. It's just not something I am a fan of. I know I said this was a speedy project, but obviously I do talk more than Wokingham for Valspar. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Maybe that's like a UK branch. Whoops, oh that was lucky. There you go, there's a perfect example of why you should always hold your top sheet down while you're rubbing. Just had a little bit of distraction, so it doesn't take much. I've just got a little bit left to do on here, I think. I've got some writing to do. Go from a different angle so that I don't lose any that folds back on itself. There we go. What am I going to seal the placemat? Okay, Vanessa, you missed the beginning. So this is just a basic cork-backed placemat set. So you could either have like someone mentioned, if you've got a set that are looking a bit tired and you need upcycling, I just went out and found a set because I didn't have any in the house. So this is a set of 4 this size and then 4 coasters. And then I've painted them with 2 coats of paint and then I've stuck the transfer on. And the sealing, I'm going to use, I use 2 different products to seal at the moment. I've got Dixie Belle on hand, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use satin, just because it's a little harder wearing than flat. I may then follow up with gator hide, but as I'm sure most of you are aware, we tend not to recommend using gator hide directly onto the transfer because it can cause it to crack and lift. But if you use a couple of coats of flat or satin first, then you should be okay. I've done it that way with success. Lisa, I'm going to try my Violet Hill on Serenity. Oh, I love Serenity. Okay, so I've got a couple. I'm gonna do, because they take quite a while, I'm gonna do the other 2 coasters and then we'll do some top coating. Because you get the idea, don't you? You get the idea. So I use this one because it's only got a tiny bit of pink, but I quite liked all the foliage and stuff that's on this one. So, you know, you don't have to have... I love the fact that the set will match and will be cohesive, but they've not got the same pattern on every piece. Because obviously, you know, a mass-produced item will have the same pattern. It will be generally a continuous pattern. And I love that these will all be individual but cohesive as a set. You could even sort of stencil someone's name on it if you were giving it as a gift, maybe. That would be quite sweet. I think my workshop's finally starting to warm up. The heater's only been on an hour, on full, maximum. And don't forget, I've got to be careful because some of the fluff is coming off of this, on the edges, the fluff's coming off this cloth. But don't forget as well once you have laid your transfer and lifted your top sheet, is to just go over and burnish a little bit with your fingers, or a cloth, you know, a dry cloth. And again, that will help with the halos, with it sticking. You'll learn to feel where there's any bits that are maybe lifting, or what is, we don't have the supplies, you have to seal the items. What can we use in the US? So Dixie Belle you've got in the US, but yes, basically a water-based top coat is what you need. Thank you, Lisa, for adding that. So I also use Polyvine. Again, I'm not sure if that's is that just UK? I think that's becoming more widely available. But yeah, I mean, you can wax. You can use wax to top coat, just because these are gonna, if these are gonna be used for the purpose, and heat's involved, then wax could obviously soften a little bit with warmth and as coasters in the moisture. I think for some reason a little bit of my paint is lifting there. So I've obviously, do you know what has probably happened, because they're brand new, I think what's happened there is probably grease from my hands before I painted. So it's not the transfer causing a problem. I may have to keep an eye on that one. So just here, it lifted the paint a little bit. But if that ever happens, I've answered several questions on that lately as well, saying, oh, I've got a problem with my transfer. It's pulled the paint off. Well, the transfer's worked because it's stuck to your paint. It's generally going to be a prep issue if the paint's lifted, because the adhesive isn't strong enough to pull paint off that's adhered well to your piece, whatever your project is. Gator Hide is a water-based lacquer. Yeah, it depends what description you look at and who you have that conversation with. So yes, it is water-based, but there's something within the ingredients that can react with transfers. So we just steer clear of it as a... So there we go, another little coaster done. I'm going to do one more of the small ones. But yes, so if you're ever having problems with your transfer pulling paint, it's not really going to be an issue with the transfer. It's going to be an issue with the paint sticking to the piece, as I've just experienced. But this is a brand new set, so it's more likely that I've picked that particular coaster up on the edge with some greasy bits, something on my hand, and then I've painted straight over the top of it, and it's caused a resist, because the rest of them are absolutely fine. And it can be as simple as some grease on your hands, wax over time if it's an old piece, polish, varnish, build up. Yeah. All those things can cause paint to not stick properly. Yeah, I know there's people, Lisa, there is some people that don't have a problem with Gator Hide, but there are several people that do. So we just say don't do it. But if you're wanting to use something that's harder, Gator Hide is quite a popular one for toughness. It's fine if you use a couple of coats of something normal in between. In my experience, anyway. These big peony buds, aren't they gorgeous? Yum. Pressing too hard on not cured paint? Maybe. I mean, nobody's going to wait 20 odd days to put a transfer on though. And technically that's the official curing period for most of the paints that people are working with. Somewhere between 21 and 30 days is a proper cure time. Nobody waits that long. And I painted these yesterday as well. I do occasionally paint. I try not to, but as long as you're confident that your paint's dry, you can add a transfer as soon as it's dry. I do try to wait overnight, but it's not always necessary. Okay, there we go. So I'm just folding those edges over. So you can't really see, there's hardly anything over the edge, you see. I'm just using a warm, either my warm thumb, it's warm now, it wasn't earlier, just to burnish. I've also got, I show you this every time. I use microfiber cloths quite a lot, and I just got a set of, like, I think this was, sorry, someone was trying to phone me then. Yeah, I just got these off of Amazon, so they're the really soft microfiber cloths. Make sure it's dry, but they're great for just going over and burnishing everything. Okay, so I'm going to pop these to one side, the bits I haven't finished yet. So that one's done, these 4. And I'm going to top coat using the roller that I showed you earlier. So I'm going to pour in my top coat into here. I'll just get a little, you can do a paper plate. I get these little takeaway tubs, they're really handy. Okay. I'm actually going to use, I've got so many of these, I use one of these to stir paint and things. I have loads. Good stir up. I'm going to pour a bit off into here. That's probably far too much, but never mind. Okay. And I've rolled my top coat recently as well, and again, these little foam rollers, you need to make sure you've got no fluff in them. As I learned. Just load it up if you can. A bit of gold glitter everywhere. That's probably from some gold leaf projects I was doing before. And it really is as simple as that. Can you see what I'm doing there? Let's pull that back a bit. So again, just keeping it on a nice flat surface and just rolling it over. And I'm going to probably, once this is dry, I'll probably do, just because they're going to be, you know, like a very used sort of project. I'm going to do 3 coats, I think. And like I say, I may then follow up the gator hide, but I'm not sure yet. I'm going to see how tough they come across. I've got a bit of fluff there. And a bit of fluff there. I think I got that as I went over the edge with my roller. I can just hear it starting to rain. But if you've got some fluff, just... all sorts sticking to me now. There we go. And you can just go back over it again. So if your preference is wax, you can use wax to seal the transfers. I used wax on my welly boots yesterday. If anyone, just pop on my page and go and have a look at the welly boots if you haven't already seen them. And also I can see the halos literally just disappearing as I'm top coating here. Even though it's still wet, I can already see them. I mean, they're very, very minimal anyway. But yeah, I'm opting for a bit of a tougher finish because these are going to be used. I'm quite looking forward to setting my table now. Probably don't need so much going onto the coasters. Yeah, there we go. Squodged it all over the edge, look. I'm going to share that out. I need to get myself a better cloth that's not got fluff. These rollers are great for this kind of project. Really, really good. If I've missed any comments while I've been concentrating on the top coat, like I said at the beginning, I will come back and catch anything that I've missed. I'm not ignoring. Hey Erin, late to the party my lovely. How are you? How's it going? What do you think? Aren't they cute? And if you want to kind of finesse the finish, once you've kind of emptied off your roller, I just go back over and it kind of gives you a finer finish, like a laying off kind of finish. And it's so cold. If it was warmer, it'd be drying quicker, but it's not. Alas, it is not warm enough for it to be drying that quickly. Okay. Jackie, no, there's lint. These are those packing blankets. There's lint all over these bad boys. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna turn you back up. You are here, Jackie. You've been quiet, or have I just missed your comments? Thanks for coming and watching me today. I'm gonna lift you up a little bit more so you can see my pom-pom as well. Thanks for coming and watching. So I'm gonna pick one of these up and hope it doesn't slide out of my hand. So this is what we've been working on. I love, love, love these. What do you think? Are you going to give it a go? Are you going to start small with the coasters? But I can't wait to set my table. Hi, Catherine. If you're just joining us, I'm just kind of coming to the end, so I'm really sorry. You might have to watch on replay. If you haven't already, give some love to my page. The link's up in the description. There's also a link up there. If you've not bought products before, you can click that and you can find if you've got someone either local to you, or you can find online retailers there too. So that's all in there for you. And I just hope you have, you know, those of you that's your more, you thought it was a fancy mat with rubber backing. No, 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 no. Cheap packing blankets. You've lost my train of thought there. What was I saying? Yes, so give my page some love if you haven't already. Check out your retailer. That's all there so that you can, you know, so you don't have to go and look for that link. You don't have to go and find it. It's in the description. And go and get yourself some placemats and have a play. This is a really, really cool project. If you're going to watch on replay, drop me a hashtag replay. If there's any other questions, if I've missed anything, I will catch up. I will answer anything I've missed. Have a good day, guys. Bye.